Today is Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. We'll now call the City Council special meeting to order at 5:15 p.m. Item number 2 is roll call. We do have a quorum of council. Item number 3 are public comments. City Secretary, do we have any public comment requests?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor, we do.
Okay.
Denishi A. Dharma A. And Saman A. Please state your name and address for the record, and please adhere to the 3-minute time limit.
Hello, everybody. Good evening, I guess. I sent you all an email today, and I just kind of wanted to follow up. I know during our conversations, we've been chatting about this with various council members, I think, since, this April timeframe. And many folks have said basically that some of the rezoning that will happen in regards to the Palace Event Center, everything on Knight Road, will be fulfilling the needs and wants of our constituents. I would like you to know we have found that to be untrue. In fact, we have started a petition, and it has been organically, rapidly gaining passion and spread amongst your constituents due to their passion against this project. We have currently reached 550 signatures in under a week. The community is clearly against this proposal, and if it was unclear before on whether or not this project would bring benefit or harm to Missouri City residents, it should be clear now that this project goes against your constituents' desires and, moreover, is outside of the scope of the comprehensive plan, which lists Knight Road as a minor arterial. In our conversations with other Missouri City residents, the below themes have came up in terms of wants and needs. And my question to you is something I think Councilwoman Sonia has posed in one of the last special meetings, is how do we start working with developers to bring us high ROI opportunities that actually address the needs of our constituents? Some of the things I've heard in my conversations, the Facebook discussions, so on and so forth, is the need for better dining options and restaurants, the need to preserve green spaces and coexist with wildlife, the need for more entertainment options like the Cinemark, and, of course, the need to improve traffic congestion. I think it's time the Missouri City updates its comprehensive plans and forms a citizens committee to be involved in forming the plan, just like we did last time. The citizens of Missouri City are seeking a forum to collaboratively build our vision for Missouri City versus operating in silos, which ultimately leads to escalating situations that could have been ultimately avoided. If y'all haven't checked your email yet, I would encourage you to check your email. We have put a lot of work into it. A lot of moms have spent a lot of time just chatting and working with the other moms really to spread this message because we care. And the reason that we are coming so strong, we're coming so united, is because we care, and we want to take a part in shaping Missouri City. We love our city, and we want to open this forum and open this dialogue. So I really encourage you to please check your mail, read through some of the comments on that petition, hear directly from your constituents. I know of you have done surveys, but this is, fresh off the press, exactly directly from the mouths of the people, what they think. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm Dharma Beratna. My address is 4427 Pine Landing Drive, Missouri City. And when I was here last time, I kind of told you about my background. And here again, I'm here to voice my concerns regarding this rezoning and proposed development literally in my backyard. And this project will truly jeopardize our safety, security, privacy, and value of our homes. And I hope the city engineers have completed, they have done the impact studies on environment, economy, traffic congestion, and drainage. And if they have done the studies, please share with us because we have real concerns on that. And then basically reading your profiles, I find it you want to work with residents, we want the best for people, you want to listen to our concerns, maintain safety, and then make sure Missouri City remains the best communities in the nation. So here again, building a event center and a motel in my backyard, it doesn't seem to be in line with your commitment. And you have power, you can make or break us. And I think, be very responsible, and please take care of us, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Saman Aberatna. I live in the state of Silver Ridge. My address is 4427 Pine Landing Drive. I would like to present my objection to the proposed development next to our subdivision. We presented our objection at the Planning and Zoning Commission. They all agreed with us and overwhelmingly voted against it. I understand that you have legal right to go against their opinion, but I don't think you have the moral right to go against your voters for supporting the development. In recent days, I attended several city council meetings. In every meeting, there have been discussion on new developments and approvals. I'm not against the development, but like anything else in life, that development have to be balanced and should be based on the public needs and the quality of businesses and not on the quantity. I have seen reasonable number of empty buildings in several places in the city. For example, there are several empty buildings behind the Hampton Inn. If the city continue to build at this rate, I'm sure after some point, the city is going to be saturated with a lot of empty buildings. Eventually, public and the city may not be able to afford to have so many empty buildings. At the end, city economy even may collapse, like what happened to the country in 2008 housing crisis. You all know what happened in 2008. A lot of business went bankrupt. A lot of people have to abandon their homes because they couldn't afford it. The world's largest bank like JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and many businesses have to be rescued by the federal government. All these happened because of the politicians were not wise enough to see the pending danger. I'm not saying that any form of this crisis is going to happen to our city, but it can happen at some point due to overdevelopment. Remember, if similar situation occurred to a city like ours, no one will be there to rescue us. Probably we will end up suffering from it. Considering all these facts, I urge you not to destroy beautiful pieces of land full of trees, animals, many types of birds by building a motel and several other buildings. Thank you. Opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you. Lindsay Wright, Bob David, Offie Cumberland. I did. Lindsay Wright.
Hi, Lindsay Wright, 4611 Creek Point Lane. Thanks everyone for allowing me the opportunity to voice my concerns regarding the proposed rezoning changes at Knight Road and Watts Plantation, as well as the other zoned properties around our neighborhood. Previously, our neighborhood has plain and simply asked for transparency from the city. Unfortunately, we're in a position where that has not proven to be successful, only causing more frustration regarding the issue. As residents and citizens who are currently impacted by the decision of your vote, I'm here to raise a few questions and bring up a few points so you all can see the struggle we're dealing with as citizens. Previously, my husband submitted a Freedom of Information Act request regarding the development of Watts Plantation and Knight Road and any communication between the developers B. Joe Matthew and Syriac Shandy and any city officials. It's disheartening that this request was turned over to the Attorney General by your legal team for reasons that are, in our opinion, a little ridiculous, saying that the information of these records contain information such as social security numbers, school records, birth and death records, etc. On the FOIA.gov website, it actually states that the basic function of a Freedom of Information Act is to ensure informed and citizens, which is vital to the functioning of a democratic society. As you may or may not know, prior to submitting, we actually said that we did not care about any relevant personal information and that be blocked out completely. My ask to you all is, what is there to hide? This is our neighborhood. This is our largest investments where we raise our families. Why can't you share these information and these records with us? Do we not have a right to know what's being said about our own neighborhood? Transparency remains elusive, and it actually erodes our trust in you all as our elected officials, and it exacerbates frustration among the rest of our residents. In the same breath, in a previous meeting on April 8th, there was much talk about referencing the 2017 Comprehensive Plan as the true north for development with minor adjustments that needed to be made. Since you all put so many efforts in clarifying that this is a guide for future development of our city, I can guarantee you that our neighbors have probably spent more hours in this plan than many city officials and staff members themselves. How do we know this? Because we submitted another FOIA request in which no records were found along the lines of training and comprehensive plan within the city. On page 144 of the plan, it clearly states that city officials and elected leaders must do a five-step comprehensive plan training. Mr. Emery, in the April 15th meeting, you actually said that you and most of the people have probably read the plan, but as a neighborhood, we have dedicated considerable time to understand the plan, and we are requesting that all city staff and elected officials undergo thorough comprehensive plan training to better understand the objectives and ensure responsible development. I'm confident that after your team does this, development should not even be allowed per several goals mentioned in Goal 2 and 5.1, which I will not go into now. This now begs the question, how can we as citizens trust our city council to make these decisions if they haven't had the proper training to understand what we should and shouldn't do with future development? Lastly, I would like to address you, Councilmember Emery, on your 2024 re-election
Ma'am, that is time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you guys again. My name is Bob David, as you may remember, 4511 Creek Point. Appreciate you guys allowing us to speak. I know this is taking up some time, but this is our passion, obviously, all right? We're asking, obviously, for you guys to vote no on May 6th towards this planned development. That's to be on Knight Road. And moreover, obviously, we want a green space there, if at all possible, which is already designated as a wetlands. I'm really here to ask for concession on the approved Watts Plantation Road. So Watts Plantation Road is soon to be developed according to what you guys have said, and I'm asking for some concession for our community. We are going to be directly affected by the changes that's going to happen there, and with the construction that's already started on the corner of the Highway 6 and Knight Road, I believe that the traffic is going to be excessive. I was speaking briefly with E. Joyce yesterday, and she doesn't believe that the traffic is going to be so great there for us on Watts Plantation because of the construction that's happening there on 6 and Knight. But I beg to differ. I believe it's going to be excessive. With the road expansion, of course, everybody's from Siena is going to want to go into that route. Everyone from that new development is going to want to use Watts Plantation. So what I'm asking for is, in your construction, I'm asking that the city will construct a wall for us, a proper wall. Right now it's a wood fence from the HOA or whatever, but we're asking for a proper wall to secure us there and a fence, a gate. Now I know that you guys have stipulations about the road and the lights when there's a gate, which makes it private. But for this scenario, I would ask that you guys would consider granting us that concession and still taking care of our roadways and lights. Comprehensive plan, I would like to be a part of that. The committee, I think that was mentioned. If you guys are going to formulate that, I would love to be a part of that. As a matter of fact, I've put in my resume and application for the P&Z committee. I would love to serve on the P&Z committee. I'm a realtor, I'm a businessman, I'm a property manager, and we are vested in Missouri City. And I want to see the betterment of our city. And I would love to be on that, one of those teams. Okay? Floyd Emery, I know you're over that district, so if you would push Bob David through for your P&Z committee, that'll be awesome. And who knows, maybe one day when you decide to move on from council, Bob David can represent your seat. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Özge Cumberland, 4511 Creek Point Lane. Mayor, council members, Ms. Lawyer, and staff, city team members, I will call it. I have a couple things. I hate reading stuff. I would like to have the eye contact, but I wanted to make sure I'm giving you the right information that we research. Then I believe April 8th, Mayor mentioned that this is not a decision, motional decision. This is the facts. And since then, we've been really diligently working and finding the facts and the right numbers to clarify everybody so nobody have a question marks. I've been sending some emails. Thank you very much for responding. Several of you guys responded to me right away. Mayor, your response time is amazing. Thank you for that. And it's going to continue because we have so many facts to bring it to your attention. And that's point, like you said, it's not an emotional decision. I want to actually highlight one of the main arguments, which is the economic impact, right, about this project on the Knights Road. And that's actually been presented to you guys in saying that tax base substantially 35% increase in sales tax and 70% increase in hotel occupancy tax. According to the city's current financial, 35% increase would mean $5 million. And I believe my fellow neighbor, Tommy, brought it up to you a couple of weeks ago, and I want to dive into more, so it kind of give you an example about it. And I'm going to follow up with the email so you can see all the stuff that we pulled for you. A great number, if this is true, $5 million, and for the comprehensive plan for development district with shopping and retail options for the entire city. This is a great number if it's true. The city projected 2017. Once those areas were completely built out altogether, they could have sales tax impact 1.5 million to 1.9 million with an economic impact of $168 million to $273 million annually, if that was true. The city economic development director, Mr. Rodriguez, is supplying numbers to get this approved and saying this one development will be nearly 4 times, again, 4 times the rest of the city's development corridors combined. To put into perspective and more, hit 5 million sales revenue, the city will need to see 500 million in dining and retail sales from this revenue. That is quite an economic impact. As a business, $250,000 business leader, I want to tell you guys this is not a realistic number. You guys have to look into it. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Lisa Craig, Lily Craig, Tom Craig. Please state your name and address for the record.
Absolutely. My name is Lisa Cadju. I live at 4710 Creek Point Lane. I also would love to make eye contact, but I get 3 minutes, so. Good evening again, Mayor and council members. Several of you have been kind enough to respond to my emails my neighbors and I have sent out. While we appreciate this, we see many of you referencing your due diligence on this issue. Does that due diligence look like deciding among yourselves and developers what looks most lucrative behind closed doors? Or does it fall under the definition of due diligence in regard to your constituents, those of us who live next door to you, who voted for you, and in some cases fundraised for you? 3 minutes is not enough time to tackle any issue with the thoughtfulness that it requires. So unless you initiate the necessary conversations that must be had between yourselves and Estates of Silver Ridge, how will email responses saying you are taking things into consideration actually happen? It must be said that we are not against you in any way when it comes to the well-thought-out design potential that Sienna has. A great Fort Bend Town Center can absolutely be a jewel to Sienna. But done poorly, this will not be a crowning achievement, guys. It will be the public works that drove out all the people that created this community. So I must ask you, are you protecting us? Are you considering the correct transitional zoning for this type of project? Commercial zoning that borders 75% of a residential neighborhood says you're not. New homeowners moving into a newly built home would be in a better position to make the decision if they want to buy a home with a hotel or motel looking into their yards. Our homes with 20 plus years of investment in them, we didn't choose that. Are you considering the load these new homes and 2,000 apartment units will have on our schools? I'm not against new homes, apartments, or development, but I am against the degradation of schools that we moved here for to send our daughter to. What's the plan for the schools? Where are the new ones going? How will you handle the school student influx? So we moved here after flooding on the west side of Houston. We moved here because we are not Houston. We moved here because the development and zoning we looked into prior to purchasing looked pretty conservative, and we liked that. How does one invest a boatload of money into their home and neighborhood if they can't count on the local zoning laws to protect these investments? I have so little time. I have you telling me that this decision is upcoming. So can you hear my concern? Because I do not want to live somewhere where I have to worry about some creepy weirdo looking at my little daughter while she's swimming in my pool in the backyard. Okay? I cannot deal with the idea that I would have to worry about somebody canvassing my every move coming and going from my home. I cannot put a baby to bed when there is an amphitheater blaring music, not for their nap time and not for 7:30 bedtime. The city progress hinges on our ability to collaborate, prioritize, and implement solutions that benefit all residents. I trust you will make the right decision for all of us, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Will that mess it up?
Please don't. Please, my name's Lily. Please do not cut down our trees. The trees are home to many creatures, and and they're important to the animals. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Tom Kedgew. I live at 4710 Creek Point Lane. That's my daughter. That's my wife. I'm here, obviously, to oppose the rezoning on Knight Road. You know, I chose Missouri City because it wasn't like where we came from. So we lived on the west side of Houston. We chose it because there's trees in the backyard, not a brick wall. We chose it because the only sound you hear is the birds, the bees, and the ice cream truck. We chose it because I thought it was a sound place to make an investment as well. We have put a lot of money into not only our home, but into our schools, above and beyond the taxes that we pay. I thought it was a sound choice. To be honest, though, it doesn't seem like it's a good investment opportunity. It seems like, probably should leave before things get worse. If this is the tract for Missouri City, I'm not sure I'm on board. I have to say, the fact that we're here talking about putting a hotel 100 feet in an outdoor planning or outdoor party center 100 feet from people's back door. Does anyone know how far 100 feet is? We're talking 6 car lengths. Could you imagine if that was looking into your pool? If you had to listen to that up to the cutoff time at 10 p.m. every night? I mean, come on. This is absurd. What are we talking about here? Honestly, it is emotional for me because I do have that little one there, which is why we chose to move out here. We believe in the schools, we believe in the community, and this is, frankly, not what we're going to call home. So, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, that concludes the public comment.
All right. Thank you. We're moving on to item number 4, discussion and possible action, 4A.
This item is an ordinance that will be taken at a special meeting. Therefore, a motion is required to take up both item 4A and 4B at a special meeting.
So I see a motion by Councilmember Riley, seconded by Councilmember Brown Marshall. There are no one else in the queue. Let's go ahead and vote.
Motion carries unanimously.
Okay. Item 4B.
Okay, 4A is an ordinance of the City of Missouri City adopting a new pay plan for full-time non-exempt personnel and exempt personnel, excluding civil service personnel and police personnel and appointed employees, providing an effective date, providing for repeal, and providing for severability.
All right. Thank you. Presentation by Elena Portis, Assistant City Manager.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council. I do not have a formal presentation. This is the second reading. I will provide a summary for this item. This is the pay plan for non-civil service employees. The overall change in the pay plan is 2.7 to 2.8%. The estimated annual cost is $792,947, with a prorated cost for fiscal year 2024 of approximately $335,000.
Okay. Thank you. There's been a motion by Councilmember Boney, seconded by Mayor Pro Tem Clauser. Seeing no one else on the queue, let's go ahead and vote.
Oh, you have the presentation on there?
The motion carries unanimously.
All right, thank you. Item 4B.
An ordinance of the City of Missouri City, Texas, amending the Civil Service Implementation Ordinance of the City of Missouri City, providing certain amendments related to base pay and seniority pay, providing for repeal, providing for severability, providing an effective date, and containing other provisions related thereto.
Okay, thank you, Elena.
Okay, and if you don't mind, I'll just provide a summary again for this item. This is for civil service, police, and fire. The overall change in the pay plan for police officers is 4.4%. The overall change in the pay plan for fire is 2.4%. The average pay increase for police officers is 5.5%, with the average pay increase for fire at 4.57%. The estimated annual cost is approximately $996,000, with a prorated cost for fiscal year 2024 of $421,000.
All right, thank you. We have a motion by Councilmember Boney, seconded by Councilmember Maroulas. Seeing no one else on the queue, let's go ahead and vote.
The motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Item number 5, our closed executive session. We don't have any closed executive sessions at the moment. And with no further business and hearing no objections, this meeting is adjourned at 5:42 p.m. Thank you all.